Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Grim Dawn. We're playing with a Drain Essence Death Knight. We've arrived in the Broken Hills on a hardcore ultimate difficulty. So today we're gonna have a little meeting with Lutra the Abandoned. Her mother wants us to kill her, so I guess we'll oblige. Nothing personal, just know Mommy Dears knows what's best for you. Nothing in the world of Grim Dawn is really all that happy and cheerful. What is happy and cheerful is that we now have a Kilrin's Shattered Soul in our body armor. So we got another proc, 10% chance whenever I get hit by a melee attack to unleash some fire and vitality damage, inflict some vitality decay and leech a bunch of life from that. So it's yet another offensive mixed with a defensive layer. Pretty darn effective. Enemies nearly effectively kill themselves now. I'm pretty happy with that. I had to shuffle some components and some augments around. Lost a little bit of resistances in the process, so their pierce is now down to 75% and ether is. So I'll have to fix that at some point. But close enough to max that for now, it's alright. I've been doing some old Arcovia runs. Got another couple of shields lined up for once I hit level 94. Hello everybody. And they're even better than the shield we're currently wearing, even more resistances. So therefore more opportunities to shuffle those resistances around. So usually journey to homesteads is rather uneventful. Hello there, Lutra. Mommy says hi. Okay. You do have a lot of hit points there, Lutra. I think getting a little bit more damage would be beneficial here. Also, might as well just pop off a portal here, head over, before I forget. So gotta get another attribute point here. Could do with some more physique, lost some on from the previous shield. So just trying to get that one over 1000 again. Should help a little bit with the life, a little bit with the life regen, and also with potentially equipping some higher tier gear. Some of the items that have dropped, the heavy armor kinds of course, they actually had some strength requirements I could not meet despite the lovely little discounts that we're getting for, where was it again? Veterancy, 22 points. That explains a lot. But get a discount there, you get a little bonus to the physique on the other stats. Usually as a soldier it's not that difficult to equip your gear, but if you're only in the soldier side to only for the mostly the defensive aspects, not really for the offensive aspects, because we kind of rely on the Necromancer for that. You do end up with a little bit of a mixed bag. And there we go. So it's gonna be trolls in the Smuggler's Cavern. Nice troll boss. Wonder if the troll boss is gonna hit hard. So often they do. I kinda wanna see just to if we can face tank the damage. Though I've noticed that some of the fights with the heroic mobs combined with the larger packs of enemies, the health bar has been just twitching very aggressively, very rapidly, making me a little bit nervous. And again, no, this is a sustain build. We're leeching a lot of life, doing damage in the process, so that health bar is supposed to move. But still, it's making me a little bit nervous. So something I would definitely want to keep an eye out for, and if you find more opportunities to increase the defensive side of this build, definitely gonna do that. First though, I want to just max out Drain Essence. I double checked and we're only 2 points away from maxing it. So 26 out of 16 is right now where we're gonna draw the line. Of course, if we find some better gear, some more mythicals that maybe grant +1 to necro skills, then of course we can push it maybe to 27. Energy usage, well, it's still going back full. I haven't really had to use energy potions yet, so I think we're still in a pretty good shape. Having done some Crucible with other builds has made me a little bit more sensitive to energy usage of builds. But for a non-Crucible build like this, that should be fine. And I guess even if I have to drink an energy potion every once in a while in longer extended fights, I think it wouldn't be the end of the world. So, of course, once we finish the main story content and do a bunch of the challenge stuff. Now, one of the challenges, of course, to do if I don't manage to kill this character with any of the other challenge contents, one of the challenges is, of course, going to be to try and just run a Crucible. All 100+ waves of it. Hello there, Voldrak. Okay, Voldrak smash. Voldrak, maybe you should try to hit me. Okay. Hit me for about 4,000 points of damage. Now I'm gonna shout at you and then you do a little less damage. Okay, bleeding a little bit. Voldrak, I'm just sorry, I hate to say it to you, buddy, but you're just not pulling your weight here. I expected you to be stronger. Guess that's a good thing. Bunch more trolls, and then we can move on into the light. Well, the Deadman's Gulch was a little bit in the light, right? Bit of a creepy Ether touch place, but I think it was outside. Yeah, definitely looks outside. Hello. Okay, another place where the light starts to shift towards green. Some parts of the road, it's just normal shades, and then it just shifts a bit. It's an interesting way to portray the struggle that's going on here between the Mistborn tribes on the one hand and the Ethereals on the other hand. Of course, there we have the Ethereals. And there is the Survivor encampment. Ulgrim, we meet you once again.
I know that it comes with the trade. I came upon
these. He is the Blade of the Emperor. You are looking for your sister. I will look for her, but spoiler alert, it's not gonna end well for her. She's a little bit DEAD. Quite a little bit, actually. So down here, gonna get some blood mages. Vitality is in a good shape. Bleeding is in a good shape, so I think the damage output here is gonna be okay. There's some insects. They usually do some pierce damage, so I'm gonna take a little bit more of that than I really would prefer to. On the other hand, if most of the damage is magical in nature, then at least it's not going to be all too physical. Because that's one of the things I think might be the case. Now, if you look a bit more at the armor, there's some differences in just how much armor is covering the different body parts I got. Now, looking at the shoulders, nearly 1950, feet 1160. This is an 800 point difference between those. So of course, if you get hit in one of the body parts and not the other, the difference could be just a mitigation of 800 points. So that might also be one of the things that is just causing the damage to just be a little bit spiky. If you get hit for, oh, let's say 4,000 points of damage, then, well, having a difference of 800 between the different hits, of course, is a little bit inconsistent. Hello there, Spideys. How are you doing today? Terrorweave, we got ourselves a blueprint. Mythical Sharpshooter's Glass Eye, which is a helm, part of the Sharpshooter's Duty set. So that is Demolitionist and Inquisitor. Not my thing for this build. Well, who knows? Maybe for some other time. Nope, we did recently do one of those builds. Wasn't entirely my my playstyle. Icrix Ravener has the potential to drop an interesting medal. Oh, you are doing way much more damage than I would prefer you to do, buddy. Really, that's overguard here. Okay, just shout at you a little, reduce your damage, siphon your soul a little bit, also reduce your offensive ability and therefore your damage. Okay, and that's not a quick amulet. Let's get ourselves some mythical eternal band. Ether resist, elemental resist, skill disruption protection, reducing targets resistances. Wait, by a flat amount and a percentage amount. That's interesting. So the kind of to guarantee a minimum maybe. Also 2 different durations for that. Interesting stuff. Most of the time you just get a single mod rather than 2 overlapping mods. Oh wait, we were here for the sister, weren't we? Sister, there's the sister. And we are sad to have to say, she's not gonna make it. Let's see if we can find a way out of this maze. Some of the rocks always appear to be randomly placed. Location of the corpses as well. Always know you gotta go somewhere near the top of this place, but exactly where near the top is and how to get there, that's a little bit more difficult. Elgrok, Blind Berserker.
Can't do that yet.
Well, yeah, of course, we have Glavrock the Dark Dweller as well. There's 2 of them. Completely missed the second one. Mythical Ice Trap. Bone Spike. So ice traps are an amulet, bonus to cold resistance, night chill, Lexra's Flash Freeze, Runo Hagrid, so that's Nightblade, Arcanist and Inquisitor. 3 classes that all have at least something to do with cold. But again, not that relevant. Okay, so got a waypoint here, might as well use it to head back over to, well, Deadman's Gulch is probably going to be better than Smuggler's Pass. Since we actually have a quest to hand in here. Colin. Yep, sorry for your loss. And then we can just portal out from here. And then the next portal we hit is going to be in Homestead. After which we can just use the portal I just placed to go back and get the survivors through. Very, very efficient that way. Just leapfrogging with portals. I learned something while playing Portal. Thinking with portals. Oh, hello there. Aetheros. I'll just rip your spirit out. I'll redirect some damage to you.
That skill's not ready.
And gone you are. And here my damage my health bar barely moved. There's definitely a difference between different enemies. Could be that maybe I just obtained some debuffs or something in the fights where things were a little shaky in terms of health. Ooh, another Sokar. Okay, so we got Storm Touch and we got Unstoppable. Let's shout at you, let's just reduce your offensive ability a little bit. So, my chance to hit, I actually can crit them, and for them it is the same as well. So I don't think this counts the debuff I place on their offensive ability. So in practice their abilities are probably going to be lower. Ooh, still nice that the Overmind just goes towards me when I taunt him, rather than just staying floating above the ether touched floor. And well, another level and you are unstoppable. Hello. And another item, also ether touched floor. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Gain the level. So, as I said before, point goes into physique, and there's some more skill points. So, just gonna try and see if we max out Drain Essence here. Will it be sustainable in terms of energy? Because then I know exactly just how much to compensate for, or just how often to drink energy flasks. And then we can start scaling it in other ways. How much did the damage go up to? 10,650. Actually got the mortality bonus, so without that 10,355, so just over 10,000 points of damage per second. Tooltip, so never quite know what to think of it. Hey, you stop chucking grenades at me, and we'll just rip you out. Yeah, man. That looks pretty good. Now the effective damage applied is going to be much higher than the 10,000. We have a lot of procs that go off that stack their damage. We also have things like Siphon Soul, which does additional damage. There's debuffs that reduce targets' resistances, therefore increasing the amount of damage taken. And some part that also compensates for the resistances that enemies have. And there we are. Town has been freed. Got some rep. What's the problem? You want me to kill bugs? Well, I can kill bugs for you. I say, you're still alive. Glad to see you made it through. More reputation.
Anything you like.
Marvelous.
See you around.
Then... Oh yeah, before anyone wants to have a chat with me, of course I gotta bring in the survivors. Luckily, we have a portal there.
So how doomed now that we
Hello,
come to...
Grim. See, that rift gate. You are gonna go through it. Ooh, down there we have the place to the immolation. I think there's an achievement for killing the boss in the immolation on Ultimate. Same for the conflagration boss, I think. So there's actually an achievement for killing quite a number of the bosses on Ultimate. So that is what we will eventually be doing. And then we go up the stairs here. Hello,
I
Ogre.
wasn't sure you'd make... I wish that... I'm going to check.
Okay, then you're done. Now we can have a chat here. Captain, you skip the pleasantries. That is good, because I'm skipping them as well. Got some more rep. Then you want me to find cannons for you. Just watch me. And that's it, because these questies are all for a little bit later. Yeah. So now that we're on Homesteads, we can have a chat with the blacksmith.
Got any more scrap metal?
And make some dynamite, because I'm totally running out of dynamite here. Yeah, that's my last stick of dynamite. So we can craft some more of those. Let's keep the 1 shard just as a placeholder, and we now have plenty of dynamite.
I'll keep your stash safe.
Just don't want to pick all of it, just keep 6 or keep 10, put the other 6 in the stash here. And then I can go for it, because we're gonna go do the shaded basin area. We need more dynamite to get to the Pine Barrens waypoint, which is gonna be the next thing to do. Seems like a good thing to do. Question is always, doesn't really matter from where. Waypoint's probably a little bit closer, but not by much. But since we already cleared some of the place here, might as well just do a decent job. There we go. Hello everybody. So yeah, I think now we'll move on, tag the next waypoint. In the next episode we can clear out the Pine Barrens, go into the fortress, kill all the bosses there, do some quests for our buddies at the Black Legion. Let's see. Taking a little bit of a detour.
That skill's not ready.
And gone you are. Just gotta keep an eye out for if enemies are now all this tougher, or if it's only some of them that are tougher. Because at this one you actually visibly see their life ticking down rather than just going boom, they're dead. Oh, that one went faster than a regular zombie. Here they seem to melt as well. It's definitely just some of the enemies that are a little bit tougher. Or maybe they're just resistant to ether and or vitality damage. Of course, right now if I have a look at the damage listing, there's over 400 points of vitality decay. There's another 2,600, nearly 2,700 points of vitality. So a very large chunk of damage is of course vitality based. If the enemy is resistant to vitality, well, our damage is gonna go down by quite a bit. I think we used to have a mutator that turned most of the damage into ether. And that helped. Thing is, the Band of the Eternal Hunt here, it reduces ether resistance, not a vitality resistance. Also, I went up here when I should have gone down. Yeah, man. Luckily, these guys have guard duty. They can get me there a little bit faster. Ooh, remind me, the latest Grim Misadventures. Just spoke about the Shattered Realm for the new game mode. Sounds like they're gonna do something akin to the rifts in Diablo, and maybe something that resembles the maps in Path of Exile. Not entirely sure, but at least it's going to be runs. That's probably going to be closer to rifts. No, runs of areas from the game with a twist. And there will be mutators, so I guess in that regard there's going to be a bit of a Path of Exile thing to it. Details are a little bit on the scarce side yet, but at least now they've spoken about the new game mode. Well, they only hinted about it before, now we at least have a name. So I'm very curious to see when the Forgotten Gods expansion is going to be out. If I'm just looking at it purely from a get the most attention from people in the action RPG community perspective, then I would say early October would probably be best. Because basically if you look at it right now, there's only 3 real action RPGs that are big got Grim Dawn, you got Path of Exile, and you got Diablo 3. Diablo 3 is, I don't know, it feels like it's now in maintenance mode. No real attention to the game, just doing its thing. So no, there's no hype cycles, there's no new things happening, so doesn't really matter what happens there. Path of Exile, of course, has been on a very steady new expansion every 3 months rhythm. So early September, next expansion is gonna land. Usually enthusiasm for the expansion lasts for about a month. So by early October, people are gonna be mostly done with it, looking forward to trying something new, playing some other games. So that's a perfect time for Grim Dawn to launch their expansion to just take over where Path of Exile is leaving the players. If they're gonna wait too long, wait until maybe November, then Path of Exile will of course be starting up the hype machine for the next big expansion in December. And I think maybe they might run another event or something in the last month of the league, just like they did before. Chances are they might do it again, because it's pretty good for keeping the attention of the community. So that middle month of the Path of Exile cycle, it really is the good time for an expansion to launch. So I wonder if the devs are thinking of that, and whether that's going to be something as well. But that's what I'm currently at least hoping for / expecting. This character, gotta keep him alive, or keep her alive, at least until then, or have done all the content. For now though, I'm gonna thank you very much for watching, and hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.